Hello friends, welcome to my next video. In this series, we are going to learn forms in Angular. As you know, forms are the very basic component, are the very basic part of any application. These are basically the cornerstone of any application. With the help of form, we can work around on data. We can log in, we can update user profile, we can do lot of data entry tasks which are related to form. So forms are very much important in any application. Basically, we use form for two reasons. We want to submit data to some other page, and there are also a couple of methods along with form, like we can post the data or we can get data. But in case of Angular, we cannot submit our data to any other page because, as you know guys, Angular is a single page application. So since it is a single page application, we cannot post our data to any other page, but we have to reach out to the server. To reach out to the server, we will use HTTP services. We will not post data, we will not use action. Normally we use this action attribute in the form, and also we normally use the method get or post method. So these two things we are not going to use in Angular, but still we are going to send data to the server via HTTP request. How we will do that? We will learn that in our current video series of forms in Angular. Angular comes with very powerful tools. When we are working on form, we can have lot more access, we can have lot more flexibility, so we can validate our data, we can validate the type of data, if we want to validate email addresses or not. These are very simple programming attributes are the directives we will use in the form, and we can just get a result how we want to validate our data. Along with that, we can check if the input field or the checkbox or the text area has been touched or not. So there are a lot of other things also we can have access in Angular when we are working on form. Basically, this Angular give us JavaScript representation of a form in the form of object. So suppose we have an HTML form. If you see my screen, we have this HTML form with name and email address. So the JavaScript representation of this form will look like this. You see, if we analyze the values, so we can get the name and we can get the email address and we can retrieve what we have entered in this form. So we can get the value what we have entered in HTML in the form of object in JavaScript. So this is how we represent our form in the form of JavaScript object. So basically in Angular there are two types of form. One is template driven form and another one is reactive form. There is some differences between these two, and based on different scenarios, based on different conditions, we can use and we can decide which form is suitable in our current application, in our current task. So the main difference, the core difference between these two forms is, if we talk about template driven form, this form is basically created in the DOM, and Angular access this form, access the JavaScript object from the DOM and use that. And on the other side, if we are talking about reactive form, this form is created programmatically, and this form is basically synchronized in the JavaScript in the DOM, created programmatically, but it is synchronized in the DOM. So in this video, we will practice both the forms, and we will practice both the things in detail. First of all, we will start with the template driven form, and you will see in my next video, we are going to start this template driven form from very basic to advanced level. Then we will test reactive form. So guys, stay tuned. In my next video, we are going to start template driven form. Thank you.